So Oko, um, Dave, what was her last name?
Miss Okoronkwo Udo is her first name. Yes, Judge, I'm here. Okoronkwo.
That was the last name or the first name?
Last name.
First name is
Oh, I see it. I see
Okoronkwo.
it. Udo.
Yes.
They have it backwards in the system. Then. Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, sir.
You speak English, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it looks like, ma'am, you are wanted out of the state of Jackson, Michigan for failure to pay child support.
I was shocked that
Shh.
I was shocked when I found out that they have the warrant, which if I knew, I would have done something to take care of it. So I was unaware that they had that for
Well,
me.
I gotta be remiss that they don't file child support warrants until it's just at the end of the line where they've told them over and over. They don't just willy-nilly file child
It
support
was being
warrants.
taken out
It's-
from my pay stub. All of a sudden it stopped. I went to my employer to find out why it wasn't taken. They said it wasn't them that stopped it. So I assumed that they stopped it themselves. So I had that's why I was clueless about it.
And that was my thought process too, Judge. She was getting it garnished. So it's stopping out of the blue. She didn't really know why it stopped.
It doesn't stop out of the blue. There's gotta be, and
And she doesn't have the power to stop it
regardless-
either.
regardless, we're not here to fight the underlying case. You're wanted for failure to pay child support, and I think that you have something else.
Well, part of it is the feasibility for her returning because and it's not irony, but in terms of how much she owes and her feasibility to return to cure the warrant in 2 weeks. I spoke with someone in their AG's office and the warrant's been issued out since 2020. The garnishment is correct and the last garnishment was in 2023, but because of the way the mechanism of garnishment works is that she was aware of the warrant at the time, and that's what they claim. But regardless, she is currently in arrears of $41,800. And so for whatever bond the court sets, right, the issue is the feasibility for her actually to return. Now, I'm not opposed to setting a bond, but obviously because of the date of the warrant, the fact that she didn't take care of it for 4 years, that does present an issue. And so with all that, I'm not sure that, I mean, because if it's just a setting up to fail, that doesn't help anybody, right? And so, like I said, I'm not opposed to a bond, but I'm just not sure the feasibility of.
Let me ask you this. Are they really gonna come and spend $4,000 to come get her on a child support case
She sent a
regardless?
voicemail to me, and that's why I stepped out for a second, is she said they want her held at no bond, and they said they're gonna come get her because of the sheer amount of the arrears.
Really?
41,000, apparently it's enough for, there's a voicemail right now that she just called my desk line, it goes to my email, still want her. So unless something changes from, 3
Soko,
minutes
what
ago.
say you?
Well, Your Honor, it is child support. I mean, if it was something, I'm not sure how we know she knew about the garnishment and about the warrant itself. This is something that she was paying before it was being garnished. And if I don't believe she knew that she had a warrant out for her arrest. I'm not sure she knew. I don't know how Mr. Day
Well,
is able
when you
to-
owe around $41,000, I gotta imagine that that there's gonna be an issue.
Well, yeah, and I don't have the paperwork, and that's why I just, obviously, if you want the paperwork from the AG's office, because I'm just getting that from their office, is that she was aware. I don't have documentation, like notices, because they sent them out, they send them out for that, but I can get that if you want, if that's.
Are you here in Houston?
I live in Houston.
One of the main issues I guess I would also have if I set a bond, typically we set bonds that are on $500 to $7,500, but me setting a bond and you paying that bond, because you're going to probably have to pony up 100%, could go toward paying a substantial amount of that child support down. So are we,
And Your Honor, I'll
how's that
talk to her.
fair? Huh?
I'll go talk to her to see if it's something that she's able to make, which we spoke before, and she's not able to come up with $7,000. She works with the elderly. She's a sitter for the elderly. So she's a caretaker.
I mean, she may have a halo on top of her head and work for Jesus, but
No,
still owes 41,000 for
no.
kids.
Just I was telling her what she does as for a living, not in terms of morality, but just what she does. She does make money, and that's not just not. I don't believe it's enough to pay a $7,000 bond. She did give me some contact information for her son. And so I just wanted to see if there was a bond that could be set, and if possible, if there's someone that can help her make it, because she does have a job, and her sitting in jail is not going to help her do anything, whether pay the bond or pay child support.
What say you?
I'll stand down and figure out what's feasible. Like I said, I'm not opposed to a bond, I just.
All right,
obviously
I guess you guys see if there's something you guys can agree to, but I'm gonna tell you now that I'm not gonna continue to play this game.
I
You
was-
gotta pay, I mean, that money's for children. It's not, it's for kids. And kids need food, clothes, money to live. And when you have that kind of arrearages, I don't find it very fair when we set you a bond to get you out, but yet those kids don't get the money that should be going to them. How's that fair?
My daughter has been living with me since she was 13 years old, and I don't think they stopped maybe adding that to the child support. I've been taking care of
And you
her.
need to go back and tell them, hey, guys, she's
I
living
did
with me.
write them, and they didn't do anything about that.
So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna have you take it back. You guys see if there's something that you can agree to, and
Yes,
we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, Judge. Mr. Day, I'm gonna call you, okay?
Okay.